if you don't know how this works in German, that there are 4 cases and there are 3 grammatical genders, then you're lost. No proficiency in sight, no fluency in sight. You are lost, my friends. Do you want to speak German like a pro? Well, roll up your sleeves and get started. You've been procrastinating enough, my friends. I get it. German is not the easiest language to learn, but German is a very, very, very logical language. So, what are you waiting for? Hold on tight and let's go! Всем привет! Hallo, zusammen! Hi guys! Welcome back! My name is Anastasia and I love breaking down English, German and Russian into tiny little bits and pieces so that when we put them back together, the huge, massive puzzles make sense. Hopefully, that's the intention behind it. So, in other words, the intention behind this project is to make these 3 languages more accessible for you guys and potentially encourage you to get started. Right, before we properly dive into today's episode, a big shout out to you guys who've been asking questions, who've been leaving comments, because you know what? I'd love to form a reciprocal relationship on this channel on which we keep sharing invaluable information and enrich ourselves. I got asked again this question. Thank you so much for asking. Does speaking English fluently help to learn German? And my answer is definitely it does help to learn German if you've got a language in your mental lexicon to which you can compare and contrast the language that you're trying to learn, especially German in English, because if you haven't already, definitely go and check out that video in which I'm trying to demonstrate what similarities English and German have got and what differences, because even though these languages definitely have things in common like vocabulary, like the syntactic constructions, they of course have got huge differences. For example, the morphology, or to be more specific, the inflectional morphology, which plays in English a marginal role, but in German an essential role. In the first part of this video, we are going to be going into more detail regarding the German case system and the grammatical gender and the grammatical functions which are expressed by means of inflection. Then in part 2 we're going to be analysing a couple of sentences and contrasting those to the same sentences in English, just to see where the differences lie, right? So, I'm actually refilming out yesterday's video because the quality turned out to be rubbish, and I'm not a videographer, no, I'm a photographer, but still trying to do my best, you know. Also, whilst I'm having my drink, so a quick update, after a 3-year break, I decided to go back to the gym to work out. Not exactly me, my precious aunt, she's given me a voucher to try out a gym. It's called the Allerseits here in Munich, and I went straight for a functional training, meaning my body was shaking all over, and what I'm experiencing right now is called ein Muskelkater. So I've got sore and achy muscles, I have trouble walking on my feet, and I'd be interested in knowing what this phenomenon is called in your language, so leave me a comment in the comments down below and let's have a chat. Cheers! I'm assuming you have checked out that video, and I am just going to skip the part about the development of English being a highly synthetic language to being a highly analytic language. And why is it important for the purposes of today's video? Well, because English has lost almost all of its inflectional morphemes, meaning there are almost no cases in place apart from the nominative case and the genitive case. So So guys, the highlight of today's episode. We've got not the complete chart of the declensions in German. We do have in this chart the feminine grammatical gender, the masculine grammatical gender, and the neuter grammatical gender. Die Oma, how do I know that that's the feminine grammatical gender? Well, the article die gives it away. How do I know that der Opa is masculine? Well, the article der gives it away. And how do I know that das Kind is neuter? Well, the article das gives it away, right? So, please do not ask me how the natural gender corresponds to the grammatical gender. I mean, Oma is a woman, there is a connection. Opa is male, there is a link as well. But why a child or the child got assigned the neuter grammatical gender, I've no idea. Just learn it, das Kind, right? Now, we've got 4 cases in German. The nominative case, the genitive case, the dative case, and the accusative case. Those cases express the grammatical roles that the nouns in German have in a sentence. Before we move on to the sentences, let's see what happens to those articles depending on the case. Die Oma in the nominative case, der Oma in the genitive case, der Oma in the dative case, die Oma in the accusative case. Well done! If you've been paying attention, you might have noticed that die Oma in the nominative case and die Oma in the accusative case are identical, and that der Oma in the genitive case is identical with der Oma in the dative case. So, how can you memorize this information? Well, so 2 times die Oma, nominative, accusative, and 2 times der Oma in the dative and in the genitive case. And this applies to all feminine nouns. I know, it's great news. Anyway, so what happens to the der article? We've got der Opa in the nominative case, des Opas, and please pay attention, we've got the S marker at the end of the noun, masculine noun, always. So des Opas, then we've got the dative case, dem Opa, and in the accusative case, den Opa. If you've been paying particular attention, then you will have noticed that we've got no identical articles, unfortunately, in the masculine category, because the ending in, right, signifies the accusative case, so the direct object. The ending im denotes the dative case, so the indirect object, and then we've got, like in English, the marker S for the genitive case. Yay, there is something similar, at least. Right, let's move on to the child, which is das Kind in German, right? We've got das Kind in the nominative case, and then we've got des Kindes. Oh my gosh, can you see that it's completely similar to the masculine nouns? Des Opas, des Kindes, right? Also this S at the end, right? Then, in the dative case, we've got dem Kind, and in the accusative case, we've got das Kind. If you've been paying attention, you will have noticed that we've got identical categories here. The nominative case and the accusative case are the same, yay! But these two are different. But what's the same again? We've got here, guys, the masculine nouns and the neuter nouns. In the dative case, they've got, look here, the same articles, dem Opa, dem Kind. And also in the genitive case, let's circle it, des Opas, des Kindes. So, I know, the question that arises is, can we skip this learning, which looks, quite complicated? Unfortunately not. if you don't know how this works in German, that there are 4 cases and there are 3 grammatical genders, then you're lost. No proficiency in sight, no fluency in sight. You are lost, my friends. You've got to learn this little chart. And this, my friends, is only the singular number. There are also 1, 2, 3 columns for the plural, but let's leave it out for today, right? That's sorted. Welcome to the exciting part of today's episode, in which we are going to be going through 4 sentences for each grammatical gender to see what are the differences between English and German. Right, the first sentence in the nominative case is Meine Oma ist 74 Jahre alt. My granny is 74 years old. Meine Oma, and I know I have swapped die and meine. Meine, as you might guess, is my granny, so this is the possessive pronoun, right? And the possessive pronoun, as well as the definite article, takes exactly the same ending, right? So, meine Oma ist 74 Jahre alt. How do I know it's the nominative case? Well, because meine Oma is the subject in this sentence. Right, then let's do the genitive case. Das Buch meiner Oma ist alt. Okay, so we know that the ending in the genitive case has to be this one. And what do I express here? The possessive relationship. Das Buch meiner Oma. Wessen Buch? So whose book is it? The book of my granny, or my granny's book is old. And then we've got the dative case. Gib die Schlüssel meiner Oma mit. So you can put mit or omit it. Give the keys to my granny, right? Gib die Schlüssel meiner Oma mit. So we instantly know, because of the ending here, that it's the indirect object here, right? Then the last case is the accusative one. Hast du meine Oma gesehen? Have you seen my granny? So ending is identical as in the nominative case, right? Hast du meine Oma gesehen? Meine Oma has the grammatical function of a direct object here, and this is why we need the accusative case, okay? Right, let's now make small changes to the nouns only and see what happens. We had Opa, right? Obviously, the E ending goes away. Mein Opa, so the rest stays pretty much the same. Mein Opa ist 74 Jahre alt. Okay? Then, das Buch meines, and you remember, Opas. Okay? Gib die Schlüssel meinem Opa mit. Hast du, attention please, meinen Opa gesehen? Okay? As you can see, the case endings are super important. Right, the last grammatical gender we've left out so far is the neuter one. So we had Kind, right? Okay, it wouldn't work with a child, but what we can do is mein Kind ist 7 Jahre alt. Okay? As you can see, mein Kind, mein Opa are identical in the nominative case. Then, das Buch meines, this one stays the same. Then we've got meines Kindes, of course. Kindes ist alt. The rest is identical. Gib die Schlüssel meinem stays the same. Kind mit. Hast du, this ending goes away. Mein, so this is supposed to be Kind gesehen. Okay. Hast du mein Kind gesehen? And this is how it works in German. Okay, so you've got to differentiate between the three grammatical genders: feminine, die Oma; masculine, der Opa; neuter, das Kind. And then you also have, of course, to have the system in your mental lexicon with the 4 cases in German: the nominative case, the genitive case, the dative case, the accusative case. And then you also have to memorize the endings, of course, because those endings give away the grammatical function that the noun has in a sentence. Alright guys, if you have any questions, any urgent questions, any ideas, please leave me a comment in the comments down below and I will make sure to get back to you as soon as possible and to make a video accordingly. I hope it's been helpful. If you've enjoyed watching this video, please hit that like button, share this video with your friends and consider subscribing to my channel. I will see you in the next video. Всем пока! Tschüss zusammen! Bye guys! All the best! Stay in touch! Bye!